As you can tell, these rounds are kind of lightning fast, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do the formatting on this one, because we could do a lot of different videos for all the different rounds, but they'd be like 5 minutes long. A lot of these games are quick, quick, quick. I'm going to keep this. Oh, I realized why we were losing. Our opponent said hi. We got to make them our Huckleberry. Very important. If you're going to play this game, just remember, you can choose your own emotes, and your emote game has to be strong. Our hello is, I'll be your Huckleberry. Everyone's probably like, what are you doing? That's good. Would have really liked a time sigil, but hey. Can't complain too much. Very medium start so far. Just gonna put it here and trade. We want to go a little slower and try and get Determined Stranger online. From what I can tell of this deck, I don't think that, like, the Determined Strangers are good, but they're not enough. Something like Enlightened Stranger would have been much better. I'm not going to block. I'll just annihilate that. So we can put Katana here. And just kill that. I don't really want to trade with this, but I can use Amethyst Acolyte to kill that next turn. Twin Brood Sauropod. Surprised they're not holding that back, because I can just attack with both. And I'm very okay with that. Let's just jam in. They're dealing us 5, we're dealing them 8? Yeah, I might actually have to block. Awesome. I kind of wish they didn't, because Lightning Strike would have blown them out. Another Sauropod. Be surprised if they continue to block, but they might. Wow. Alright. That's really weird. I wouldn't expect them to do that. We got some good trade-ups, at least. Ooh. One sigil away from Frontline Cyclops. Problem is, they're pretty... Oh, God. Hello. They're pretty close to ultimating that. This card is insane. Warcry 2 and flying. Thankfully, we have this Lightning Strike. So I only get the Warcry once. Still nasty. That card is an absurd bomb. It's a problem. Hey, where's the front line? Cyclops is big and beefy. Exactly what we need right now. Hopefully they don't have a Vanquish. Vanquish is an uncommon removal spell, though. It's not super likely to be here. Bright Mace Paladin. Oh, wow. That was a great card for them to get the Warcry trigger onto. Alright. Probably have to trade a lot of stuff for the Bright Mace. Oh. Oh, come on. That's real bad. They're just one away from ultimate now. I think it's the end, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done. Yep. Goose is cooked. Not even attacking with the 5/5. That I don't agree with. If I'm them, I'm just smashing here with everything, and I'm super happy about it. Ow. Come on, time. Nope. It's looking bad. I'll chump block, I guess. I want to keep the Stranger because Determined Stranger might be the way for us to actually get through this. Yeah, okay. I mean, this is what I deserve. Don't get me wrong. I'm not actually upset about this loss because I mean, at this point, yeah, we knew that this was going to be a problem where I don't have the right colors. It's annoying. The first two losses were annoying because they were really close games and I just happened to draw twice as many sigils as my opponent. This one, it's because it's like, well, this was a known factor, as it were. We knew our mana was kind of rough. This is the reason why we put a bunch of extra time sigils in our deck, too, because we were desperately trying to find ways to make sure that we could get Amber Acolytes and fix all of our mana. Let's tell our opponent that it was a great game. And it was fun. This was a very interesting deck. I feel like the more that I think about this deck and the way that it plays out, now that I've played a couple of different Strangers builds, I do think it's possible to have a really good Stranger deck. I think that what you really need is you're going to need as your first Stranger, or one of the very, very early ones, is Soaring Stranger. The more that I look at it, I feel like that's the key. Soaring Stranger, maybe Enlightened Stranger, but you need them to be able to be late game threats. And I thought that Determined Stranger might be enough, but the more that I look at it, it just seems like it's not. +1/+1 is great, but you need a lot of Strangers then. Like, you just have to absolutely swarm the board for that to matter, and that's hard to do, especially with specifically Strangers only. So it seems like the Soaring Stranger is kind of the key. Even something like Ferocious Stranger, like double damage, very good, but it doesn't necessarily do anything but let them trade up and not actually kill your opponent. With the Soaring Stranger, you just beat them to death very fast, too. I mean, that's a lot of flyers. Like, even if just one other Stranger, two other Strangers, suddenly you've got, like, an army of 2/2 or 3/3 flyers, depending on, like, what kind of Strangers you have, and that's a big difference. So I'm guessing that if you want to try that deck out, you'll need to see maybe Ferocious Stranger or Soaring Stranger first. And those are the cards that you'll want to go in on. Ferocious Stranger does make them have an... Oh, and Enlightened Stranger, sorry. Because Enlightened Stranger, over the course of a game, you can constantly build them up so that they're large enough that they can take out anything. So Enlightened, Ferocious, and Soaring seem to be the keys at this point. I'd love to try this deck again. I'll have to do another version of this either on stream or on this Full Force article. I really loved it. It was a lot of fun. I mean, this deck didn't end up going that well, and I don't think it was particularly great. I mean, we had a lot of trouble getting the early Strangers. That's another key thing, is that it's a bit of a hybrid. It's not just about Strangers, it's also just about being very powerful 5-color cards, but you need the fixing to get there. Normally the Strangers provide the fixing, and that's why you are then okay just grabbing as many Stranger Lords as possible, because it makes your Strangers good. Problem is we didn't get any of the early Strangers to fix things, so like that last game, didn't get any time, well, immediately lose the game, can't do anything. So gotta look out for that too. There's not a lot that you can, if you're gonna try and go in on it, like if you open up like a Soaring Stranger and just decide, well, I'm gonna try 5-color and see what happens, you're kind of at the mercy of the draft though, like I was, because I just didn't see any. In any case, it was a wonderful time. I will see you guys next week, and we'll be going over Magic the Gathering again. We'll do a Modern Cube. See you then. Ooh, so we have another Disappearing Act to return things. We have a Propeller Pioneer that we could just constantly rebuy. But we also have the Aether Squall Ancient. And hey, if we're gonna bounce things, that is the ultimate way to bounce things, isn't it?